Keith, I don't think I've met you.
No, we haven't. Good morning, everyone. This is my first room meeting. We are a corporate member. I'm with Star Electric.
Okay. Oh, welcome. Welcome.
Welcome, Keith.
Awesome.
So I've been charged with putting together our brand new D&I program.
Okay.
So I'm happy to be here and need to network and meet some folks and get some guidance.
Excellent. Andrew might be a good contact for you.
Yeah. Are you currently a supplier of ours? Is Star Electric currently a supplier to Duke Energy?
No.
Okay.
Well, Andrew, meet Keith. Keith, meet Andrew. Yeah.
Nice meeting you.
But in all seriousness, Keith he and I have been trading some emails. And just so you know, Andrew, yours was one of the names that I was going to put forward to Keith. He's looking for some opportunities just to connect with other corporate partners, to be able to talk with them, those who've been in the system for a minute or two, and who might be able to help him think through how he puts his plan together.
Okay.
So
please reach out to me. I can see my information.
Absolutely. Okay. So I told him I was going to make sure that I got it to him, but now you all can Andrew meet Keith, Keith meet Andrew, you know. So.
Does Star Electric do anything on the high voltage side? Or
no, we're typically after the utility.
Okay.
Yeah, we're after the utility.
I also want to talk to Hubble, Greg.
All right. Okay, good. Very good. So, Keith, I'll make sure that we make that connection as well. We'll definitely handle that. Good morning, Leslie. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Leslie.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Good morning.
So, Leslie, this is the networking connection half hour.
Yeah.
You know, this ring, as I'm sure you know, but this ring has done a great job of making sure that even through this pandemic, we're not forgetting the part about making sure people get together with people. So that's what this part is about.
Yes.
And by the way, I'm not Kim Gardner. I am. Yeah.
Those are big heels to fill.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna fall short, so I'm just stating that up front, right? So one of the things that we want to do is make sure that in Kim's absence, that if there's any sort of corporate partner hosting that needs to be done, I will take care of that while she's out. I'll do the best I can. So please use me as you would her for this ring. Unfortunately, I do not have a report. I know she was due sometime this latter part of this month, so I have not heard. We will find out if there's any updates. We'll make sure this ring knows about it.
She's had the baby.
Oh, she has. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Her and the baby are doing well.
Awesome.
Boy or girl?
Okay.
It's a boy.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right.
What does she have?
Healthy boy.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Wonderful. Good to hear she's doing well as well.
Yeah.
Good for her.
See, again, that's what this time is about. Making sure we make these networks and connections work.
Right.
Well, I won't be making any announcements like that, Greg.
I was thinking that same thing.
I was just going to say, Dominique, anything, you know?
No way. You want to do a round robin and see who's on the call?
Absolutely. So let's start with. I'm just going to call some people out. Andrew, if you want to, I have this down at the end of the meeting, but while we're here, we have time. Why don't we just do it now? If you want to just tell a little bit about yourself and Duke Energy, and your connection with Duke Energy.
I'd be more than happy to. Yes, my name is Andrew Greer. I'm the Supplier Engagement and Diversity Manager at Duke Energy. My primary focus is on the transmission and distribution part of the business, kind of the wires part, the dirty part of the business. But I have two other counterparts that assist me as well in our enterprise as well as our operations. And Duke Energy owns Piedmont Natural Gas too. If you didn't know that about Duke Energy, and we do wind, solar, a number of customer programs around energy efficiencies. Duke buys a little bit of everything. We have many large corporate partners who help us with various requirements. Jones Lang LaSalle is our main provider of our facility maintenance and upgrades. So anything related to facilities, that's who we work with. The Guidant Group helps us with our staff augmentation needs around engineering as well as IT. We don't do a whole lot on the HR side per se, but we have a number of partners there. Aon Hewitt, who we work with. CVS Caremark does our pharmacy program for us. Just a number of other partners we work to. They have diversity requirements within their contracts, and so you can definitely connect with me. If any of the things that I've mentioned sounds of interest to you or your business, we'll do what we can do to try to make that connection.
Excellent. Thank you, Andrew. I now have Alka next.
Okay, good morning, everyone. This is Alka Manyapu from Datasoft Technologies. Corporations contract us when they need highly skilled IT engineering and professionals. We provide top talent who can solve companies with their complex IT projects with minimal training, saving them both time and money. And Andrew, I think you know my husband, probably you have met him before, Jay. He's not here in the meeting right now, but I'm happy to meet you today here.
Excellent.
Thank
go
you.
ahead, Alka. Sorry. No, thank you, Alka. Next we have Anna.
Good morning, everyone. So good to see everyone again. Anna Sai with ComNet Group. We're an IT training firm, and our focus has been primarily on project management, agile methodology, as well as just adding in the new technology so that someone who's been downgraded, or if there's skill sets that needs to be upskilled in a corporation, that's where we come in. And recently we've added DEI and soft skills to our training program because we realize that with project management, these soft skills can be a universal skill that can be used anywhere in an organization. So that's been our spin for 2021 and 2020 is where we pivoted. Thank you to CVMSDC and Dominique for introducing me to a coach this past year who's been working with me, Tim Pecoraro, and what's going on here, what's going on out there, and how can we, merge the two together. And we realize that there's this huge need for the soft skills, along with project management in every area. So we're reaching out to entrepreneurs as well, and our focus in the past has been in the corporate field, but now it's also with entrepreneurs and youth.
Nice. Very nice.
Excellent. Thank you, Anna.
Thank you.
This next person you're going to hear from shortly, but I'm going to go ahead and call her name out right now. So, Skyny.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. My name is Skyny Bitha. I am one of the supply diversity compliance specialists with Charlotte Mecklenburg Schools, and part of my role is to ensure that there is participation when it comes to our construction and capital projects. I work alongside Jason Green, Stacey Moretti, and our director of diversity and inclusion is Keisha Gold. I'm excited to be here with you all this morning.
Excellent. Thank you. And like I said, you will be hearing from her shortly. She's going to be delivering a presentation about Charlotte Mecklenburg Schools. So we'll hear from her shortly. And now I'm looking at Leslie.
Good morning, everyone. So I'm Leslie Ware with Alpha Health and Wellness. It's a direct primary care practice here in Charlotte, where I treat individuals from newborns to age 64. My practice has grown to include more service lines this past year. I've done some strategic partnering with other like-minded individuals who are in the health and wellness space. So we are trying to target self-funded employers with all kinds of benefits that would help to reduce the healthcare spend. So that would include pharmacy benefits. We have an app that we're developing that will be the equivalent. Well, actually, it'll be GoodRx on steroids, if you will, and it'll have a rebate sort of program that's a rewards program that's built in, and some AI that helps to develop a marketplace when people are searching. And we also have behavioral health, telehealth, telepsych, recognizing that mental health is a really big and important area for HR folks in trying to keep their workforce well. It's actually seen as a risk factor, and we're trying to mitigate risk as much as we can and keeping the workforce well. So that's what I present for you from Alpha Health and Wellness.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you for that. Michael, please. Michael
Hey,
Parkins.
good morning. Michael Parkins at Greens Commercial Cleaning. Greens Commercial Cleaning has been in business since 2003. We do full service janitorial work in North Carolina and South Carolina predominantly. Ms. Skiney, you've been helpful in the past in getting us certified in the city of Charlotte. That's been awesome. We have a very good contract with the city of Charlotte. We do a number of buildings, and yourself and Ms. Shawnee Thomas have been extremely helpful in that regard. So we are always looking for more opportunities. Mr. Greer mentioned that they work with JLL. We do some sub work for CBRE. So we're always looking for opportunities where we can find them. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Michael. John Jones.
All right. Good morning. How's everybody today?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Doing well, thanks.
My name is John Jones. Let me give you just a little bit of my background. Sometimes I fail to do that. I am a retired military member. I retired in May of '89 from the United States Army, and then I went to work with Harnett County Schools, and I am a retired Harnett County Schools administrator. Can everyone see me?
Yes.
All right. And we launched a new company called Big Star Training. And Big Star Training is the home of compliance training when it comes to online prevention of sexual harassment training. Sexual harassment is really a big deal today, especially when you think about the hashtag Me Too era and folks like Harvey Weinstein at the celebrity level. But sexual harassment is really happening in many, many locations throughout the United States and in many, many companies. Sexual harassment is the kind of thing to where it can be happening and the employer may not even know that it's happening until either someone filed a complaint and or a lawsuit. And so what we designed was a four-step program, a four-wall program to bring sexual harassment to the masses. And it's called, the acronym is CBPS. The first part of the wall is the course itself, which is 1 hour for employers and 2 hours for supervisors. And the second wall is we offer 11 free bonuses that actually support the course. And then the third one is our posters, and I'm going to hold one or two of them up to where you can kind of get an idea of our poster side of the house. That's one. And then here's a second one. Can everyone see that?
Yes.
All right. And we are in the process of launching another poster, and I'll hold it up. It has to do with sexual assault. Sexual assault is very prevalent today, not only in the workplace, but also in society as a whole. We just launched a 26-second sexual assault video. And I might add our online YouTube channel. There are about 21 videos that's designed to help employers and employees really get attuned to what's really happening with this particular issue. And let me close with this particular one. And by the way, our online YouTube channel is called Big Star Training. Sometimes people ask me, what exactly is sexual harassment? And let me give you just two quick things as it relate to sexual harassment. Sexual harassment is threatening the career, job, pay of another person, man or woman, in exchange for sexual favors. There are two specific arenas as it relates to sexual harassment. One is a hostile work environment to where anything goes. People say what they want to say. They speak in tones and in sexual behaviors that are not appropriate for the workplace. And then, of course, the second one is quid pro quo. You do something for me, you come over and fix dinner for me, and I'll make sure that you're able to go to that assignment that you're interested in going to in Washington, D.C. Those things are things that should not be happening. So we wanted to offer a way for people to get their people trained so they will know what they can do and what they cannot do as it relates to sexual harassment. And we're really looking forward to doing business with MBEs, corporate America, et cetera. And that's just a very quick overview. Thank you very much. And by the way, that last section is actually, I talked about the posters. The last one is support, to where it is absolutely mandatory for management employers to be involved as it relates to beating back and knocking down sexual harassment. All right, thank you.
Thanks, John.
John, definitely appreciate that. Okay, I have C. Hall. I'm not sure who's C. Do I have C. Hall here?
Good morning, everyone. Yep. Thank you so
Good
much.
morning.
I appreciate it. My name is Consuela Hall. I am the CEO, or either the owner, of Motus Logistics. And our goal is simply to connect you to more. And so we utilize pretty much an integrated approach to provide capacity-oriented solutions centered on delivering customer value. So Motus, which is our company, offers diversified services such as a full truckload in the transportation industry. We also service less than truckload. We also engage in some warehousing and distribution, dump truck hauling, and managed transportation. And so whether it be consumer products or finished goods for both the public and the private sector, Motus will follow through, allowing complete visibility into your supply chain. And so kind of in a nutshell, those are the services that we offer. And we're always looking to connect with individuals to protect your assets, whether it be by hauling or either just pretty much storing your product or either your assets as well. So thank you.
Thank you so much. This is great. Okay, and I have Don Black.
Can't
You
hear
on
me.
mute, Don.
There you go. No.
Don,
No
are you
sound,
with
Don.
us?
Unmute.
Okay.
It's on mute now.
Yeah, you're on mute now, John. Don. Hey, Don, you're still muted. There's no sound. You're unmuted, but still no sound.
Maybe volume.
You may want to go out and come back in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don, why don't you try that? Why don't you try to go out and come back in? And in the meantime, I'm a call on Khalid Malik. Did I get that right? Khalid or Khalid?
He needs to come off of mute. There you go.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Morning.
My name is Khalid Malik. I'm the principal for Green Turnkey. We specialize in microgrids and project development for net zero buildings. We've been in business since 2009. We've had a lot of success in the Maryland, DC area. Obviously, the cost of electricity is about double that what it is in South Carolina and North Carolina. And so we've had a lot of success implementing programs that do not require any upfront funding from the owners. And we're able to do that through the PACE financing program. We just recently got another grant from the state of Maryland to work with retail shopping centers to make them more resilient, considering some distributed generation. And I know a lot of this is technical, maybe except for the Mr. Greer and Mr. Ward. But we're seeing a tremendous amount of success in light of what happened recently in Texas with the snowstorms and the grid failing and a lot of the communities being vulnerable to that. We actually are looking at, we've already had 14 communities in the Maryland area sign up to develop microgrids based on a net or near net zero scenario. So I'm excited to work with you guys and see how we can prevent this from happening on the East Coast.
Oh, okay. Excellent, excellent. Thank you for that. And I have Jeff Prater. Jeff, are you with us?
I am. Good morning, everyone. Jeff Prater with Arthur Grand Technologies. We are an IT staffing and solutions company headquartered up in the DC market. So we initially were part of that NMS DC chapter. I personally am located in the Charlotte metro area, and happy to be here and happy to try to get involved, and look forward to getting to know everybody in 2021.
Excellent, Jeff. Thank you so much. I have a cell phone number, 843-813-4608. Have you had the opportunity to speak yet? Again, 843-813-4608. Okay. Okay. Well, I will go back to see if Don is ready.
I saw a 704 number too, but I don't see it anymore. Did it go away?
Don't see that.
Okay.
Okay. Well, let's see. Rod Wallace.
Good morning. I just joined.
Glad to have you, Rod. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your association or your company?
Yeah, as soon as I get my technology together and get my camera on. Yeah, Rod Wallace. I'm with RKW Consulting in WSI Digital Marketing. My primary focus, I own a digital marketing agency. We are full service digital marketers, do everything from websites, social media, Google Ads, you name it. Based here in Mooresville, North Carolina, and I'm happy to be here. So good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Glad to have you. And Stephen Mitchell.
Hi, good morning. Stephen Mitchell with Stephen Anthony Consulting Group. I offer a cleaning product, a couple cleaning products for commercial companies. Diamond Magic is the product, works on multiple surfaces, a great cleaner to add to your assortment. And for retail stores, Diamond Shine, again, works on multiple surfaces and a great thing to add to your cleaning assortment. Happy to be here. Thanks.
Glad to have you. Glad to have you. Thank you all for that. Let me just ask, is there any MBE or corporate partner that has not had the opportunity to tell us a little bit about themselves?
Don, we can't hear you, Don.
Good morning.
Good morning. Who's
Good
that?
morning.
Kelly.
Morning,
Good
Kelly.
morning. Hi, good morning.
Morning.
I see Don in the. Right, You're
Okay.
at 8.
Well, oh, go ahead, Dominique. You had
No, I
something.
was gonna say you're at 8:30. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So thank you all for this connection time. This is fantastic. This is exactly what we want to do with this time. And like I said at the beginning, this is exactly what this ring has decided to do. And I think it's fantastic. So thank you all for all joining in early. I'm going to put up the agenda now. And let me make sure everyone can see this. Hold on one second. Okay, is the agenda showing?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So we just had the 8 to 8:30 time period, the networking and connection. I'm now doing the 5-minute welcome and agenda review. Welcome to everyone. If I haven't had the opportunity to welcome you. The 8:35 to about 9, we're going to have our host spotlight, which Skyne Betha is going to talk to us about how to do business with Charlotte Mecklenburg schools. I think that's going to be an opportunity for us all to learn about that. Then we'll get into any MBIC updates, and the CVMSDC updates will come after that. And actually, the 9:15 to 9:30 piece we just really accomplished. So we'll see how that goes, which is the elevator introductions. If someone else has joined that has not had an opportunity to speak, Don, maybe go back out and come back in again. That may be an opportunity at the end. We want to make sure that we provide the appropriate amount of time for everyone to get the connections together, because that's how business opportunities happen. So again, thank you all. Dominique, I didn't know if you had any thoughts or anything you wanted to introduce or say before we got started here.
Well, you really said it all. I thank you, Greg, for leading this, and I thank you all for being present and at the table early this morning. This is the only ring that occurs at 8 a.m., and it's great for those early risers to come to the table and hear about opportunities in the Metrolina ring. And so, Anna, I thank you for working with Greg and leading this morning. And I'm appreciative of the entire leadership team of the Metrolina ring. So we're off to hear from Skyne, and then we will come back and do sort of a round robin. You'll get an update from us, as Greg said. But I appreciate everyone being here early this morning. Thank you.
Thank you, Dominique. And now, without further ado, I would love to have Skyne come forward. Skyne, do you want me to drive the presentation, or do you want to
Yes,
do it on your?
if you can, please,
Oh,
Greg.
sure,
I would greatly
absolutely.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, absolutely. So just give me a signal as to whenever you're ready to move the slide.
All right, will do.
Okay.
Again, I want to thank the Metrolina Ring, part of the CVMSDC, for having us, Charlotte Mecklenburg Schools, be the host this month for your monthly green meeting. It is truly an honor, and also bringing me back home, because I used to be very engaged with the CVMSDC when I was over at Compass Group some years ago. So it brings me great pleasure now to touch base with you. I'll present to you a little bit about, give you highlights around how to do business with Charlotte Mecklenburg Schools. I will say that come next week, it will be 1 year that I have been working with Charlotte Mecklenburg Schools. Prior to CMS, I was with the city of Charlotte for 5 years. So I've seen a lot of familiar faces as well as new ones. So we will now go into the presentation. So if you could, Greg, go to the next slide, please. Okay. So it's the outcomes here today as I present our overview around how to do business with CMS is learn about our government procurement requirements, also about our bid process and our delivery methods, how to register as a vendor, and also provide you with keys to success, some contacts within our procurement department as to who buys what for Charlotte Mecklenburg Schools. Next slide, please. Just some fast facts. Next slide. And this will just provide you with an overview around Charlotte Mecklenburg Schools. As you can see in the top left-hand corner, the number of students we have currently, Also, the next slide, the next section in this slide will also show you a breakout as it relates to our ethnicity of our student makeup. The next one over in the far right is the total number of schools that we have. And down at the bottom, we have close to around 20,000 employees district-wide. And we're still growing. We are either renovating new schools or we're also building new schools. So we are, Charlotte Mecklenburg Schools is staying pretty busy, and we have been very fortunate. Even though with our students, it did last year when the pandemic hit, it shifted us to really think outside the box and really be a value of how now we see how our students, some of them took to remote learning, some of them are still having challenges. So we are all continuing to work as a team to work through that. And thankfully, as of 2 weeks, they are now back in the school system, which I know a lot of parents are excited about that, getting them back into school. So hopefully we can keep that trend going until they end this year's school year on May 28th. Next slide, please. So the next slide talks about, couple of slides talks a little bit about our bid process and delivery methods. Next slide. Again, here's our P-card purchases. Though our Office of Diversity and Inclusion doesn't really touch P-card, but we don't see anything under $5,000. Pretty much our departments or our schools handle that within in-house. So that means that anything $1,000 or under, we do not, when it comes to the Diversity and Inclusion Office, we do not, that does not come across our desk to be able to review and see just actually how they're purchasing. So that threshold is pretty much left up to the school or the actual purchaser. Next slide. So as it informal bids, anything $5,000 and over, that does come through our office. That is a requirement from the Diversity and Inclusion Office. With us on the procurement side, we have developed a procurement checklist that our procurement department attaches to the requisition. And before that goes into the next phase of being processed to move forward to complete that requisition, our team, whether it be Jason Dean, Stacy Moretti, or myself, they are required to provide that to us before they can move forward with actually moving through the requisition or making that purchase. And so for anything informal through procurement, whether it be construction, if they're getting ready to do add mobile units to a school, or if they're doing anything relative to athletic equipment for our school, or if they're going to do swimming pool cleaning, anything informal, 5,000 or less than 100,000, that does come to our office to ensure that there is MWSBE participation, or they have provided a list of the suppliers that are diverse were applicable, because we know in some areas there are where we do not have any, in some industry or some categories where they're going to be making those purchases. We just don't have the availability. But where there is availability, our office does come and have to approve to ensure on the checklist that they have indeed done their due diligence to ensure that there is a diverse firm or diverse firms as part of that quote to be able to be competitive. Next slide, please. On the formal side, again, it is anything 90,000 or greater. Again, that does come through our office. So the formal is on the procurement side, again, through procurement services. They either send us an email, and when we were in person, they would actually come to our desk and drop off the hard copies to ensure that, again, we are being diligent to ensure that there is fair competition across the board when it comes to our solicitations for, again, anything from construction, supplies, materials, or equipment, and also where it is applicable for our diverse firms in that space to be able to participate in those solicitations. Next slide. So again, as I stated earlier, anything less than 5,000, of course, it is not required for us to review. But however, we strongly encourage our departments as well as our schools to be diligent and make a strong good faith effort to ensure that our MWSBE vendors are recommended. There are times too where they again reach out to us to ensure on those formals, whether a one-time purchase, even through our PTA departments as well as our committees. A lot of times they do use where they can and applicable, use our diverse vendors to ensure that again that they are being rotating and making sure that they just don't use who they know or who they built relationships with down through the years. So we do encourage it, even though it is not part of the competitive procedure. They are encouraged to make sure that they rotate the vendor base during those informal purchases. And as I mentioned earlier, again, we have the procurement checklist that our procurement department does provide to us. That is a requirement. They cannot move forward without the Office of Diversity and Inclusion reviewing that on a case-by-case basis and signing off on it. And if we feel like they have not done their due diligence, we can reject it and tell them to go back to the drawing board and start over to ensure, and then also work with us to ensure that they are diverse suppliers in those requisitions and solicitations. Next slide, please. Informal construction and repair. Again, as I mentioned, that we are still very active in the informal bid. And this is, oh, you moved to formal, sorry, I apologize. Now the formal is a little bit different because we are regulated by the state law. So with formal bids, we are in accordance with the state law constructions. So the notifications are required. So they do go out. All of our capital projects are managed by our construction managers. So case in point, we are doing the new addition to East Mecklenburg schools, and Turner Construction is the CM at risk, which is a construction manager at risk, who is actually going to be managing that project. So we just did the bid for that a couple of weeks ago in reference to the first tier suppliers go through a pre-qualification process through the construction manager, meaning that there is a series of questions and processes that they have to go through, and the construction manager actually selects those suppliers who they feel are pre-qualified based on their pre-qualification records. And with that, once they submit a bid, they do have to submit their good faith effort documents. And we, meaning the Office of Diversity and Inclusion, do review those very thoroughly. We review those documents to ensure that they have done their due diligence when they are looking for those tier 2 suppliers to be part of that bid package. So that is after the bids have been awarded, and because all of our formal construction projects are reviewed and they go to the Board of Education. And trust me, if they don't see that the participation does not look where it needs to be, they do question. And even before it gets to the board, we, being in the Office of Diversity and Inclusion, do an extensive job with the CM to ensure participation. Or if we feel like the tier 1 supplier has not done their due diligence, we do tell them to go back to the drawing board. We also provide them with a list if they are new to the area and they're not familiar with the supplier base here. We do encourage them and work with them to ensure that there is good participation across the board as it relates to those bid packages in our formal construction projects as well as our repair projects.
Scotty, did I miss a slide? I
No,
can
no, you're
go back
good.
up. Is that? Oh, we're good.
You're good. Go
Okay.
forward. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Thanks. You're welcome. Thank you. So that was our construction. When it comes to our professional services, so our architectural and engineering design, surveying, geotechnical, and commission, those are qualification based. So we are having the firms actually submit RFQs. So those are based on qualification, and all of those proposals are reviewed again by the Office of Diversity and Inclusion. Again, we are looking for those documents around good faith efforts. How are you going to include our tier 2 suppliers, those diverse suppliers, and really be detailed in that information into that plan as to how they're going to be incorporating those diverse suppliers into their service if they are selected for our architectural and engineering design projects as it relates to A&E and surveying and commissioning. Next slide. So after all of that, understanding how our process works at CMS, I know the question is being asked, well, how do I become a vendor? How do I engage, being part of those opportunities? The next slide will actually provide you with the links. Because we are, even though we are part of the state being a school system, we have it through that you have to register through the North Carolina Electronic Vendor Portal, and also the Interactive Purchasing System opportunities. And those two links, and I do believe, Greg, correct me if I'm wrong, that after this meeting that you will share this presentation with those who are on the call.
Yes,
Is
we
that
will
correct?
do that.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Perfect. So if you're trying to write it down, don't worry about it. You will receive the presentation where you can obtain these links to be able to go in and register. A lot of times, if you're sure, some of you probably familiar too, the interactive purchasing site is also tied if you are looking to become MBE certified through the hub office. Again, that is based out of through the Department of Administration. Tammy Hall is the director there. And I tell a lot of suppliers there is just to, you know, if you want to diversify your portfolio, do business with both private and public. A lot of our public sectors, as well as with the school system, with UNC Charlotte, Central Piedmont, they will tell you to register through the state's website, because that is where they place a lot of the opportunities, because again, we're using taxpayer dollars. So within the government, everything is made public record. So again, if you're looking to do business with us, we ask that you go into the electronic vendor portal and also register through the interactive purchasing site. If you are, even though we do goods and services, again, as I stated earlier on, we are doing a lot of construction within Charlotte Mecklenburg schools, because we are confident that hopefully next school year, all of our schools, we will be back in session. So the bottom link is to our complete vendor profile. So we ask that you go to that link and register to be a vendor with us at CMS. The next slides will show you, again, I have listed some of our procurement managers and also broken it out by the product or service that they manage. So you will have firsthand the actual person that you can probably do a soft introduction to, in reference to your product or service. If you're trying to want to do business with CMS, their email address is in there, as well as what products or services they manage. Those are the next couple of slides. And then again, I've included some upcoming opportunities that it relates on the construction side. One of the projects that we're doing is the new Bain Relief Elementary School in Mint Hill, and the construction manager for that is Metcon. So if you are interested in just learning more about that project, and also how you can become, you know, provide your product or service in that, because again, there's going to be a lot of moving parts and it takes a lot to build a school. So you can contact Rhonda Dees at Metcon to learn more about that, that project as well. And then another project, actually on Monday, Balfour Beatty will be doing a community outreach as it relates to, we're going to be doing some additions to Garinger High School. So I encourage you, and I will send that over to Greg and the team to actually disseminate out to the suppliers to be encourage them to attend. That's going to be Monday afternoon. It will be due Zoom, and they will be doing a community outreach to talk about that project and how you can become involved in that project. And also, again, another opportunity for you to network and get to know other suppliers on that side. So that concludes my presentation. I thank you again for allowing me to speak with you this morning on how to do business with Charlotte Mecklenburg schools. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Skyne. That was a great presentation. And yes, we will definitely make sure that it gets out to everyone who is on this call.
Thank you.
We do have a few minutes for questions. I want to make sure that if you have any questions for Skyne, that this is a great time to do it. So.
Yep. And even if you don't have any now, my contact information is in there, and I'm always open to, I'm one that does like to talk, so you can give me a call or send me an email if you don't have questions now.
Skyne, this is Dominique. Thank you for a great presentation. Can you share your favorite success story for the supplier?
Yes, one that we have, and there are quite several that are members of the CVMSDC. Jennifer Temps is one that is very successful. Before the pandemic hit, of course, Jennifer Temps provides temp staffing services, and so they have been one of our top suppliers. A good success story in that they started out just providing a fuel for our food service cafeteria workers, but now they have gone across the board and have grown tremendously, and not only just providing for our cafeteria workers, but they also have done janitorial. They have moved into bus drivers, and then also now they are doing contact tracing. So Jennifer Temps, who is Michelle Jameson, then they have office here in Charlotte and also in New York. They are truly a success story as to how they started with us. And I think now they've been in business, have been a prime supplier with Charlotte Mecklenburg Schools, do believe a little over 9 years. Another one is Derrick Davis, again, who provides some IT work for us with informatic concepts. They are another success story for us at Charlotte Mecklenburg Schools, as well as Kingston Griffin with Dream Builders. He is one of our consultants when it comes to our career development for our staff, whether it be on the teachers or either non-teachers such as our bus drivers. So they provide career development and consulting services for us. So those are just a few who are members of CVMSDC that have really been successful with being partners, supplier partners with us at CMS.
Awesome. And they're both leaders in this ring. So thank you so much for sharing those examples. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It looks like Leslie Ware had her hand up for a question.
Yes, thank you. I was wondering if you all have any opportunities for behavioral health services for your kids, or any programs that you are looking to develop as it relates to the mental health of our youth, particularly given the pandemic and the sheltering that they've been doing over the last year.
Yes, that is something that we are looking into, and I can provide you with further a contact that if you would just email me, and I can provide you with a contact. Actually, again, make that soft introduction to introduce your services to them, because that is something we're looking at. And I'm sure that not just now, but that will be ingrained in part of going forward for our students. So yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Does anyone have?
Sorry, Greg. Was just wondering, can you tell us how things are moving along with the pandemic, and when do you think that there'll be like in person, are most of your training sessions online, or are they going to be in person? How are things when it comes to how the procedures?
Okay, well, currently right now, all of our training, again, for our staff, whether it be teachers, administrators, bus drivers, what have you, we are still virtual. That has not changed. And as of right now, we have no direction from our leadership as to if that will be changing. I will say too, our travel has been banned, so we can't even go outside of Mecklenburg County right now with our employees to do training. So all of it right now is virtual. And that may change hopefully for the new school year, but we have not got any directives as of yet as to what the next process is. The main focus is right now, of course, is ensuring that our students are learning. Not sure if you heard, but as the news did state that our after school programs have been shut down right now. So that is something that we're looking hopefully to open again. The legislation is also looking into providing summer school program, because a lot of our students, unfortunately, some of them just cannot, having trouble learning remote. So we may be having summer school for a short time. It will not be a requirement, but it will be a way for those students who may be challenged as not, being able to learn during the remote period, to be able to take advantage of that 6 weeks to be part of that summer school session, but that hasn't been final. Again, it's in legislation. Again, and with everything, it has to be reviewed for budget and approval, but that's where we are now. So to answer your question, with training, we're still virtual.
Okay, great. Thank you. And I just wanted to say thank you for over the years for your participation. And it's so important that you're part of the ring. So great.
Oh,
thanks.
We're excited to be a part of it too. Thank you.
Okay.
So Skyny, I think what I heard was welcome home and
Yes.
don't think you're going anywhere, you know.
Awesome. Thank you. Glad to be back.
Good. Okay, any other questions for Skyny? Clearly, Charlotte Mecklenburg Schools has some great opportunities. And as we come out of the pandemic and move forward into next school year, like Skyny said, please take a look at the presentation that you're going to get. Sounds like the opportunities are going to be wonderful, and we'd love to see more of our CVMSDC ring get opportunities with Charlotte Mecklenburg Schools. So please follow up.
Absolutely. Again, thank you, Greg.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Skyny.
Thank
Great
you.
presentation.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm going to take the presentation back over here and bring the agenda back up quickly. Okay, is everyone seeing the agenda?
Nope.
I can
come
see
through
it.
yet?
I can see it.
Yes, we can see it.
Is someone not seeing it?
Nope, I can see it.
Okay, very good. Okay, so do we have, let me look at do we have anyone from MBEIC on that could give a update? If not, we'll reach out and make sure that gets added. Satrina, if you'll help me with that, I'd appreciate it. We'll reach out and get any updates and make sure that gets included in the information.
Okay, I'll do that. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Okay, so we'll go to our CVMSDC updates. Dominique, I don't know if you have anything.
Yes, I do. Can you hear me okay, Greg?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Okay, so I want to step back and first of all, explain why we do what we do here in the ring. So the rings are our small work groups of CVMSDC, and we have 6 of them. So those of you who are joining for the first time, I want to explain that. The ring leadership here, the rings are always led by a corporate partner, and our corporate lead is Kim Gardner from Turner. And as you heard, if you were on early, she's out on maternity leave. She just had a beautiful baby boy. While she is gone, Greg Watson, our Director of Corporate Services, will be leading until she comes back. We normally have a co-chair, a corporate co-chair, which was Les McGinley of Atrium, and he had to step down for some other commitments at his organization. So we have that position open. The co-chair of corporate co-chair is open. And then our MBEIC chair, we always have the voice of the MBEs represented in every ring. That is Dr. Kinston Griffin. Who is not with us this morning. He might be on the phone, but I'm not sure. But anyway, we also have the co-chair was Derrick Davis, Informatic Concepts. He is our co-chair, and then currently Anna Sai is our secretary. And so again, we are looking to replace Les McGinley in the assistant role, and I know that Derrick is diligently looking for that individual. And then we're going to have some other changes in April where Anna moves into a different role, and we'll have some new secretaries represented. But I'm not going to name names right now until we get to that formal transition period. But I want you to understand that this is the working arm of CVMSDC. CVMSDC has 7 staff members, and with the 6 rings, adding 5 to 7 leaders in each ring, that expands our reach. The purpose of each ring is to make sure that we are promoting opportunities locally, that we are promoting CVMSDC, bringing new members to the fold. So, it's your responsibility to bring a new MBE, bring a new corporate partner to the fold. And this is a great venue for them to learn about what we have to offer. Also to do fundraisers, to build scholarships, to send MBEs to different programs that we have. In addition to the leadership in the ring, we have a staff lead for every ring. And the staff lead for this particular ring is Satrina Benj. So, Satrina, are you there? I am here. There you go. So Satrina sits in the Charlotte office, and she is a staff lead for this ring. So updates from NMSDC. We have our NMSDC National President, Adrienne Trimble, just announced that this is going to be her last week with us. She's going on to something different, which she's going to announce to us on Friday at her going away party. We're very sad to see her go, but know that we are continuing on as she has repositioned us to do. We're really excited about the work that the groundwork that she has laid for us, and we're poised for great things. Last year was a phenomenal year for NMSDC. We added 80 new corporate partners at NMSDC and over 1,000 new MBEs. It's the largest growth we've ever had. We've raised over $2 million from a national standpoint, and we were able to, in this footprint alone, give out $87,000 from that grant. It was about $700,000 that was earmarked for the rebuilding campaign. So we gave out $87,000 of that. There were 12 MBEs who actually received checks for $7,500 or $5,000 in their direct deposit in the month of December and January. So huge deal for us. We'd never given out money like that before. So really good things happening at the NMSDC level. Know that position is open if anybody is interested or knows somebody that would be a good fit for our national president role. Locally, I am going to turn it over to each of my team members to give you local updates on what's happening. We are seeing tremendous growth in terms of new corporate partners here in the local footprint. So I will flip it back to you, Greg, to give that update, and then you can go through the rest of the team members. How about that?
Sounds great.
All right,
Thank you.
I
will. Yeah, absolutely. Sorry about that. Had a little bit of a technical challenge, but worked it out. So the update I'd like to give is from a corporate services perspective. We are excited about the fact that we have been able to bring in some new corporate partners. So we love that. It provides some new opportunities for our MBEs to connect. If I go back over the last 6 months, people like Keith Ward from Star Electric have joined us within the last 6 months. Keith is here, represented here today. So again, thank you, Keith. Keith is out of Columbia, South Carolina, but since we're virtual, he's here right now. And for our MBEs, if there's opportunities, I think I saw he put his information in the chat. Please reach out to him. Great guy. Would love to talk to people. So I think that would be fantastic if you do that. But in 2021, we've also been able to bring in some new partners, and actually into this ring, we're going to have 3 financial institutions join us just in this ring. So we have Truist, who is a national partner, but has also wanted to join us locally. So that's fantastic. We're excited about having them. Bright House Financial is going to be a local partner of ours. Pinnacle Financial Partners is now a member of CVMSDC. We actually have brought in another South State Bank who's going to be a part of the MLP ring, but I want to mention them as well, just because we have intentionally gone out and tried to get additional financial partners to come into our space, to come into our CVMSDC team. So we want to make sure those connection opportunities are available for our MBEs. We have South Carolina Research Authority. Now, I'm just letting you know about this. They are focused around the state of South Carolina specifically, but there may be opportunities for organizations like them within North Carolina and Virginia. So this is an exciting opportunity for us as well. What they do is they help provide opportunities for MBEs. They do grants. You have to apply for them, but they do grants for MBEs they pretty much focus on the $1 million and under category. And there's a rigorous, pretty stringent process that you have to go through. But at the end of that, it's a grant. So, there's some opportunity there. Through some of the relationships they have, we're going to look for opportunities like them within North Carolina and Virginia to expand opportunities for our MBEs as well. So I think that's a big one we've been able to get. We have Cristo Ray Richmond out of Richmond, Virginia area. They're going to have some additional needs. Don't know whether that's going to extend over into North Carolina or not, but we want to make sure you all know about these opportunities anyway. Cristo Ray is a Catholic high school. They have 38 of them around the country, and they each have particular needs. So they haven't said to us yet what their specific needs are. We'll get more information about that, and once we do, we'll make sure that this ring and the other rings know about it. The other one is Smithfield Foods, which is a national partner, but they are based out of Virginia, but also have a lot of operations in North Carolina. So got to make sure that as these opportunities come out, we want to bring them out to you. And as we get more information about them, we'll put them out into the public space so you know about them and what opportunities may exist for MBEs to connect with them. Any questions? So that's 7 of them so far. I'd be remiss if I also didn't mention we have some new community partners. Those 2 community partners are ISM and hold on, let me pull that up just so you have it.
And while he's looking for that, that again is a record for us to bring 7 new in. This year to date is a record. So kudos to Larry and Greg for the work that they're doing there.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And the Durham Black Chamber of Commerce, they are, when we connected with them, they have significant opportunities in that Piedmont area, but also have connections throughout in the Metrolina area. So that they're, I think, bringing them on as a community partner, and the connections that they have are going to be a big opportunity for this particular ring, the Piedmont ring, as well as Piedmont and Triad ring, as well as just being able to create more opportunities or potential opportunities for our MBEs in the state. So that's our corporate services update. Larry, I don't know if I missed anything or if anything else we want to add.
Yeah, thanks, Greg. I think Greg covered a lot of information. First of all, Scotty, thank you for such a nice presentation. I was thinking while you were presenting, I was at a conference many years ago, and someone gave a presentation very similar to that, and the person with me said, you know, Larry, that was okay, but I didn't learn anything. I said, well, if you didn't learn anything, you weren't listening. And I say that because it's important that every time you hear something over and over again, you always gain something. Greg mentioned about our corporate services and also the addition of the different corporate partners. But, you know, how can you help us out? You know, a lot of time we tell people that if you know of any other companies or corporations that you think would be a good fit, please reach out to us. Now, I'm in Virginia, but Greg and I kind of work hand in hand in North and South Carolina as well. One thing we just did recently, last Friday, we did a redo for the matchmaking event. Very successful. It allowed our MBEs to connect with our corporate partners. And going forward, we're going to do this on a quarterly basis. The next one to be in May, and there will be more information to follow. But, you know, thank you very much. This has been an awesome meeting this morning. Great gathering, great information, you know, ideas, networking, and that's kind of what it's all about. And you guys have a great day. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Larry. I don't know if either is Debbie on the line or if there's any other updates from, there's Debbie. Debbie, did you have any updates you'd like to give from CBMSTC?
Good morning. Yeah, absolutely. Good morning. Thank you, Greg. And good morning to the entire Metrolina ring. Thank you so much, Skyny, for that informative presentation. And I was listening. And as I say on some of the calls, particularly our pre-certification calls, is, you know, these ring meetings are kind of like tune-ups or sneak peeks at matchmaking opportunities, right? So in particular, after the presentation, I heard Dr. Leslie ask a question. So she presented the question after the opportunities were presented, and she got a response, which was, send me an email and let me make a soft introduction. So that was a match made, right? So I say if you're not at the ring table, then you really are doing your business a disservice. And the fact that these ring meetings are now virtual, pop into every single one of them, because you never know when the opportunity is going to present itself. You may think, oh, I can't do business with the school district, but Skyny just told you that you could, right? So again, just soft introductions, and the power of these ring meetings is very important. I wanted to go back to Greg had asked if anybody was on the line from MBEIC, and I did have an update which was included in Monday's newsletter, and that is the National MBE to MBE search tool, which is now available. So while we're still looking for those corporate opportunities, there is business between MBEs, peer-to-peer opportunities. And with this national search tool now being available to all certified MBEs, I think it's really important. So I'm going to just do a plug. If you don't read the newsletter, you're missing a lot, right? So open the newsletter on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. See what those opportunities are. There are unique grant opportunities that are presented, unique opportunities for you to bid RFPs. So we are moving forward. So as President Milton says, this year we're going to try and meet in the middle, right? So bring the MBEs and the corporate partners to the middle. How can we make a difference? And that's what we are looking to do this year. So thank you very much. Before I close, I just want to let you know that our AMP 21 meeting is scheduled for April 13th and 14th. This is our virtual conference. This is a combination of our annual meeting and our Pro Forum. It's sponsored this year by Dominion Energy. And this year, we're happy to say that we are in a position to open this free of charge to all MBEs. So there is absolutely no reason when registration is open and it comes out in the newsletter that you should not register, because it is free to MBE. So we're happy to be able to provide that to you. And that's all I've got. Thank you so much, Greg.
Thank you, Debbie. Definitely appreciate that update. I think Satrina, would you have an update for us?
Well, good morning, and thank everyone for being here. We have three new ones. That is Alan and Denise's Child. They are a mobile delivery service offering breakfast and lunch. We have Sin Development. The owner is Adrian Morrell. It's an emergency service company handling demolition and site preparation. And Leslie's Laundry Care, Dominique Boone, and they are a mobile laundry and dry cleaning service located in Charlotte. So those are our three new MBEs for the Charlotte region. And that is all I have. Thanks, Greg.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you, Satrina. That is the updates that we have for CBMSDC, unless Dominique, unless you had anything else.
Is Kelly on? Kelly, do you have anything?
Hi. I'm back and forth in training. Hi, Metrolina Ring. I wanted to say yesterday we had over 20 potential MBEs in our pre-certification call, which we have not had that many MBEs or potential MBEs in our call. So that was great. So definitely growing, and hope to work with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. And I will add one last plug, Greg. This year, we hit another record. We are sending 8 MBEs to Tuck. We normally send one person to Tuck. Last year, we grew and we sent 3 because TIA stepped up and did 3 scholarships. This year, Food Line is providing 3 scholarships, TIAA is providing 3 scholarships, and we're providing 2 scholarships. That is our top level developmental program. So I encourage each of you to put in your application, if you have not already, for a developmental program this year. We have one that we are accepting applications for at the University of Richmond, and we have our Sunoco program that will end in May, and we'll start a new class at the end of the year. So I encourage you to always be tuning up your business with a developmental program. And I suggest that you start at Sunoco, then go to University of Richmond, and then go to Tuck. I want to ask anyone, Leslie, I might put you on the spot if you want to give a testimonial for University of Richmond, but it does your business a disservice if you are not tuning up your business every single year. So Leslie, give us a slight infomercial there for University of Richmond, please.
Yes, well, if you haven't had that opportunity, it was such a blessing for me because I realized that the first year and a half of my business, because I wasn't really generating a lot of income, that I got mine too. That's in the other room.
Yeah,
But yes,
Michael.
I have one of those too. It really helped me to recognize that how important the financial statements are and how important it is to be strategic about the business decisions that you make. So there were so many awesome professors there that gave great information. And it was really like a boot camp with a ton of information that was shared. And I just want to give a big shout out to the MBE students that were in part of my class. Don was a part of my class and Alva. So thank you so much again for that opportunity. And I encourage anyone who hasn't been able to attend to really consider doing that because it helps your business to be more successful and you learn a lot. And then also you meet some good other MBEs that you can have long-term relationships with.
Thank you so much. Anna, can you give us an infomercial for Tuck?
Hi. Yes, last year, the year before, is when I had attended Tuck. And I think, again, like Leslie said, it's an excellent program. One, you're getting the opportunity as a business owner to actually be part of a university with that's going to teach you strategic thinking process, things that you wouldn't get normally because, you know, we are not at that level. Usually MBEs to MBEs don't have that training opportunities. And here you are getting it from professional professors from, you know, well-known universities like who wouldn't want a stamp from like Tuck and get that opportunity to network with that professors. And you also have this huge alumni network that connects you to everyone else that's part of the Tuck training. So I think it was excellent. And it's great that we have this platform with the CVMSDC as well as our Metrolina Ring, and Dominique and the entire staff with CVMSDC is so encouraging to help us grow to that next level. So use that platform right here to help yourself to get the training. There's always opportunity for growth.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And is there anybody on who's attended the Sunoco program? Alka, I know Jay attended, but is there anyone else on? Alka, can you speak to how it helped Jay? Alka?
She may be on mute.
Okay.
I'll
right.
just, you know, I actually attended Sunoco as well. And that's the other thing is that, you know, who can say that we have this amazing organization that'll every step of the way, like we were talking about, leading from Sunoco to University of Richmond to Tuck at each different level. It's a different level and you're learning something new at each institute. You're meeting new people, you're getting that opportunity to network. So totally take advantage of this.
All right. Thank you so much. And all those programs are free. So we provide scholarships for each of you to attend those programs. We are working on a new program and it's called Retail Readiness because each of the programs we talked about look at your whole business and talk about the strategic planning for your business. But for those of you who have retail products, you need something that's a little bit more fine-tuned to help you get your product from concept to the shelf nationally. And so we're working on a retail readiness program and bringing in some big box retailers to really help you with that process. So look forward to that. So that's all I have, Greg. Thank you so much for the commercials, infomercials, folks.
Thank you, Dominique. Thank you. And thank you, Leslie and Anna. And thank you all for giving that information. One other point, I think Larry mentioned the fact that if you believe there's any corporate services or any corporations out there that should be a part of this organization, please let us know. We'd love to be able to reach out to them. I'm going to also say if there's any other MBEs out there that you believe could benefit from the services provided by CVMSDC, please let us know that as well. We would love to reach out to them If you're a corporate partner and you know someone, say, hey, certification would be great and right up your alley, let us know that. The MBEs know other MBEs, so we want to make sure that you're spreading the wealth, right? So we appreciate any information out there that, any leads that you can provide us, because we want to help grow this organization so it becomes even better for you. Has there been anyone who's joined the call that did not get to speak at the beginning? We want to make sure that we don't close out without giving everyone the opportunity to say who they are and talk about their business.
Don, are you able to, can we hear you, Don? Don might have to do some typing today because it's not his verbal day. Type in the chat, Don. I thought I saw two other people join, Greg. There's a 704 number. Is that person still here? And the 813.
Let's see. Let me go down. Yeah, it looks like there's a 704-307-6717. Did you get a chance to introduce yourself or speak earlier?
Okay. Then
as you can see, we're not a shy group here. We want to make sure that we get to know everyone. And I called out 843-813-4608 earlier.
All right, Greg, you're going to stop calling me out, okay? Because I
Absolutely.
dialed in. Dialed in on my cell phone, so I didn't miss anything because my internet is spotty. So y'all keep calling me out. It's all good.
Yeah, tell us about your business. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, how much time you got on your hands?
Well, thank you for that, Debbie. Thank you for that. And just in case I'm calling anybody else out, let me know. Let's see. I have NGP.
There it is.
Don?
Yes, Don.
Are we? Okay. Don, you playing tricks on us today.
We have finally been able to silence Don. It's never happened before.
Oh my God.
He says he can hear us, but we can't hear him.
Okay.
Right.
Well, Don, you may, as Dominique suggested, you may want to put your information in the chat. Just type it in the chat so everyone has it. We appreciate you being with us today. Are there any other questions, thoughts, anything that we did not cover that someone would like to talk about? We have about 7 minutes left.
Hey.
I just want to say great job, Greg.
Oh, thank you, Citrine. Thank you.
Is that Jeff trying to say something? Jeff Prater?
Hey, I just wanted to thank everybody for redoing the matchmaker meetings. I know that was a lot of effort on your all's part, and greatly appreciate that. I was able to connect with Skyne, and even though it doesn't look like there may be opportunity for us to do business, she was very warm and welcoming, and just appreciate you guys going to the effort to kind of redo that for folks that had technical difficulties.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, Jeff. Thank you for that. Well, let me ask it this way. Are all hearts and minds clear?
So let me just say that Don has antimicrobial products to help companies. He can put his product on credit cards. He can put his product on any surface to help you have a germ-free product. And so I hope I'm representing you properly, Don, but I really like to be able to sell our MBEs. And so this is a good opportunity for me to try to sell you when you are silenced out. So that's what Don has to offer. He has several other products that are similar to that. And he has PPE. He's put it in the chat. He has PPE products. So thank you, Don. Debbie did not mention the VCBs. There is virtual capability briefings that I offer. If you have not done a VCB, please reach out to Debbie at info@cvmsdc.org and get on my agenda to do a virtual capability briefing with me. And that's an opportunity to share your product or service with many doing it virtually. And we record that session and I put it on our website, and then it lives on your website as you like. So that is it for me. Greg, give us a rundown of what's going to happen over the year with this ring.
So we're going to have monthly meetings, and I'm going to have to, I don't have that in front of me, Dominique. I'm going to have to tell you exactly who's going to be leading each meeting. I will put that in the information that goes back out.
Okay.
Okay. So any other thoughts, questions, concerns?
You did a great job, Greg.
Thank you.
Thanks, Greg.
So much.
Awesome job.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And Don, I think you were just waiting for Dominique to do your pitch for you. So good job on that. Way to go. Yeah. So thank you all. Everyone have a great day, and we will look to see you all in the near future. Hopefully we'll all get together in person sometime in the very near future.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Everyone. Bye-bye.
Have a great day.